only slowly, and that's because the causal connections have to shift. It's like the spot story. The reference of your word will shift, but only slowly as the causal connections between the new thing, stuff and you build up. There's someone else, but I've lost it again.
Is it really a case of the reference of your word shifting, or is it just you using the same name to refer to either two things? I mean, I have this thought of the spot case too. Like when we've been calling this dog that isn't our original dog for a long time,
yep.
and we do continue to refer to him as Spot, but we don't think he's the same Spot that he was there before. So it seems like we just have two different names in the same way that your name is John, and there's a ton of other
I'm sorry to say that, yes. Yeah. The thing is, usually when you're using the word John to refer to different people, and you say, so John said to John, have you heard what John did? When you have that kind of potentially confusing dialogue, yeah, typically you know perfectly well what is going on, right? You know that there are 3 different Johns in play. Yeah? And the thing about the spot case is that they don't know there are many different spots in play.
But eventually they do find it out. And they just have
that wasn't part of the story. They don't find it out. They never find it out. They go through their graves undisturbed by this traumatizing knowledge. You see what I mean? But the reference did shift. So in that way it's very unlike the John case. There's an unintended shift of reference here. Yeah? And that's the puzzling thing. They would think they've got an uninformative identity. If you say to them spot, they will say, sure, of course, spot, right? You're using the same word in just the same sense. But the reference has shifted. Okay, so I think that's a decisive objection to Putnam's theory here. I think that is the reason why we can just forget this. But I think if you look at the article, that is officially what he is saying. There was something else, but I lost it. Anything else on that? Yeah.
Could you say when you walk back and forth that you were in the same place? Just means like fundamental spirit.
Places means what?
This room and not like your body. So
sure.
My place. Here.
Sure. I mean, that can happen. You travel to London, you look around, and you say, I do like it here. And that doesn't mean if you step 1 yard, right, you don't like it anymore. I mean, you mean here, there means the whole region. Right? So I think that's right. The reference of here can be broader or narrower, and that just varies with the context. Yeah, it depends exactly what you're talking about. I don't know there's a lot more to say about it than that, but nonetheless, I can be using, if I'm talking about what's audible through the microphone, say, I can say, if I hold it here, is it good? If I hold it here, is it good? And there, a difference of 6 inches counts as a difference in reference. Yeah. Okay, plain as day. Okay. So I have to bring some way of telling you time with me, but right? Okay. I just want finally to take up the question of, if we have a causal theory, how does that work for words about colour, names for colours? So we talked about proper names, we talked about water, gold, tiger, and so on, but there are lots more areas of language than that. How general is a causal theory? Could you have a causal theory of reference for colours? Barring this aberration here, this rule for whatever we say, no, it's really the causal chain, that's the important thing. Then what we're saying is proper names represent because there's a causal connection between the object and the use of the name. Words from natural kinds represent because there's that stuff out there and that's causing you to use the sign. So what about colours? Can you say in colour perception, when you get something blue or red or green, and you see things as blue or red or green, how does a sign like the word blue or the word red or the word green work? Is that like a natural kind term? I mean, is there this thing, greenness or blueness out there, and your colour perceptions are representing the colours in virtue of their being caused by the colours of objects? Does it work just like that for colours? Well, I think Locke thought that it did. I think Locke is probably the first recognisable causal theorist of reference. And Locke's idea is, what goes on is, you have these colour sensations. Your visual system provides you with sensations of the colours, but these sensations are signs of characteristics of the objects around you. There's what he calls a texture, which is the atomic, the configuration of the atoms on the surface of an object. So if you had microscopically sensitive fingers and ran them over the object so that you could feel the bumps occasioned by the atoms, that's the texture, the microphysical structure of the object. So colour experiences are caused by the fine microphysical structure of the objects in front of you. And each type of colour sensation, whether it's red or blue or green, is caused by a different type of texture. And the colour experience is a sign, in that sense, of the texture that usually causes it. So the sensations you have in vision are signs of those aspects of the world around you, in the kind of sense in which you might say smoke is a sign of fire. The smoke is a sign of fire in the sense that it's usually caused by fire. These colour sensations are signs of these texture in the sense that they're usually caused by the textures. Is it plain what I mean by texture? What we, I guess, now call a surface spectral reflectance, or something like that. Yep. Okay. So there's a texture out there of the microphysical structure of the object, and that causes the idea of redness in you. Now that's quite different, I think, to the common sense picture of colour. Russell said, when you see a colour, when you see redness, you know the colour perfectly and completely when you see it, and no further knowledge of the colour itself is even theoretically possible. So the kind of common sense naive picture is, you can just see what the colour of an object is. It's not a microphysical thing at all. It has a kind of simplicity and unity that a microphysical structure doesn't. But Locke's saying, no, that's not right. Colour sensations are like natural kinds terms. You can't say you know the nature of water or gold or whatever completely when you see it, because you can always find out more about that structure. You can find out more about water and the H2O molecule or the DNA of tigers. You can find out more about that stuff. And Locke's picture is, you can say more about what colour is. Words for colours are just these arbitrary signs. The sensations themselves are arbitrary signs of the textures of objects that cause them. So your colour experience on this view doesn't give you any insight into the nature of the colours. All that's going on is you are having these blobs of sensation caused by the microphysics of the world around you. But your sensation doesn't tell you anything about what the microphysics is. That's what all perception is. It's just these blobs of sensation functioning as signs of textures in the world. So let me just whistle through this. This becomes very vivid when you think about the possibility that your colour sensations might be different to my colour sensations. Suppose that every time you get a sensation that you label green, that very sensation, I'm getting a quite different sensation, you label that kind of sensation red, if you see what I mean. All my colour experiences might be inversions of your colour experiences. What you call a sensation of red might be what I call a sensation of green. When we both look at a fire truck, we might get quite different sensations. So here's what. If the sensation that a violet produced in one man's mind by his eyes were the same that a marigold produced in another man's, and vice versa, because one man's mind could not pass into another man's body to perceive what appearances were produced by those organs, everything would still be fine. Even if our colour sensations are all swapped round, mine are quite different to yours, neither the ideas hereby nor the names would be at all confounded, nor any falsehood be in either. My colour sensation is just as accurate as yours, even if yours is switched round from mine. Because all things that have the texture of a violet producing constantly the idea that you call blue, and those that have the texture of a marigold producing constantly the idea that you call yellow, your ideas are signs of that texture, my ideas are signs of that texture. They're both working perfectly well as signs of that texture. Your sensation of redness is a sign of that texture, my sensation of greenness is a sign of that texture. That's fine. We can each use our sensations regularly to distinguish things for our use by those appearances, marked by the names blue and yellow, as if all the ideas were exactly the same. So your experiences, your sensations, are just arbitrary signs governed by a causal theory of reference for the microphysics of the world around you. That's what perception is. Locke thought it was all done by a wise creator who said, look, I mean, think of Locke's picture of the wise creator is, we're in this world that is unimaginably alien. The world described by science, the world described by quantum mechanics. If you got it raw, if perception told you about the world raw as it really was, you couldn't deal with it. It would be far too complicated and confusing. Physics is difficult enough to deal with when you're writing it all down in a book. But if actually this ordinary perception gave you the raw physical reality, you could not cope with it. So what the wise creator did was, instead of giving you the world the way it really is, he just gave you these blobs of sensation and experience that function as signs of the microphysical configurations around you. So they are like names as governed by the causal theory of reference or natural kind terms. The colour sensations, like every other visual sensation you have, are just there because the wise creator put them in to help you get around. And for that to work, it doesn't matter what the intrinsic nature of the sensations is. All your current sensations could be swapped round, and any set of sensations with the same structure as your current sensations would do to help you negotiate this world. They'd all be functioning as signs in just the same way. And if you substitute evolution for wise creator, you get the present day story. That's exactly what is going on. Evolution is adaptive for you to get around, but you have these blobs of sensation, then, and those blobs of sensation just function as signs. That's what colour experiences are. So you can say, yeah, colour are natural kinds. They're textures of objects, and your sensations just figure as signs of them. Okay, so we won't be meeting on Friday, and then it's Evans on Wednesday. Sorry, Wednesday. We won't be meeting on Friday. There's no lecture on Friday. And then on Monday, we'll be talking about Evans and the causal theory of names. Okay? And hopefully we'll have the audio sorted out by then. Thank you.